Come. Hey guys. Tintswalo. To me ironic Betty. Uteng. To me ironic. Ironic Betty. You see, Tintswalo is my girl. Yeah, I don't look like someone who has to be in Joburg by 2 o'clock. And I get happy little clapper. I get to Torope. How are you guys doing? Okay, guys, 2 minutes, Give me 2 minutes. Let's get Maya. Kabo. I'm coming. Get 2 minutes. Kilata something going through. 2 minutes. Kabo. I'm back. So, guys, I'm working on a new character. You know me and characters. I'm working on a new character, but I need to close into it. Right? Because this TET emblem thing must. Yeah, this must go. Maybe we should put something here. I'm working on new content. I want my content to grow. Thing is, again, I'm going to tell you something, about. Here's what I want to do, I want to make my videos longer, I want to make my videos longer, but not too long. And by long, already I make sure that my videos are like 90 seconds long, and meaning that I'm only gonna make them. I'm just going to add like 30 seconds on. Yeah. I'm only going to add 30 seconds more, But now the challenge is, I looked into YouTube. YouTube is not as easy as you guys think it is. It's not as easy as you guys think it is. YouTube high easy. The landscape has changed. And I get a lot of people be like, join YouTube pays. guys, the landscape has changed. TikTok has changed a lot of things. TikTok has changed. I wouldn't want to say consumer behavior, but that's the only word that I can use. Consumer behavior, in a way, because remember we research these things. I looked into YouTube, right? I looked into YouTube. I looked into YouTube. Number one, YouTube requires a lot of money to create. YouTube requires a lot of equipment. YouTube requires an extra hand. It's money to, and especially with the content that I do now, that I would want to move to YouTube, it would have to be bigger and better. We're gonna need a camera. We're gonna need someone who's gonna operate that camera. Having someone who's gonna operate that camera means we're gonna have to pay that person. As much as no, Chomi, listen, to make money, you need to spend money. But then remember, which you are right, to make money, you need to spend money. But remember the return. You need what? Returns. Ne? What like return on investment. Because remember, this is an investment on its own. Number one, I'm spending money on TikTok. Right? I'm spending money on TikTok, right? And I'm creating on a platform that doesn't believe that creators should monetize. But that's a story for another day. But back to YouTube. I looked into YouTube. It requires a lot of money, and it's not as easy as you guys think it is, right? Can You can, but then remember the nature of my content is different, guys. I make skits, right? And then obviously when we move to YouTube, the essence and the background of the content will still be the same, but a lot has to change, right? Because you can't do the same thing that you do on TikTok and do it on YouTube, and then possibly different. When you move to YouTube, it must be bigger and greater, right? It's like, show me Netflix, right? You know that Netflix content is there, and you know that what content, um, what content, blockchain bioscope, is this much of, you know, content. You get me? So YouTube is not easy. There's a lot of things that I looked into, and we are not ready to move to YouTube now. I understand. Papi.nicetingz right now can move to YouTube, but the vision of the YouTuber, or the standard that I would want to have or hold on YouTube as a creator, I cannot understand. I go with the little that I have. Because remember now with TikTok it's easy because I'm using my two phones and my tripod. I'm moving around. But then now when we move to YouTube, we want to make the skits a bit longer, right? Maybe 5 minutes maximum. It cannot be more than that. Yeah, and I kept on emphasizing that it must be short. And one thing about me, yo, bruh, yeah, it must be short. Maybe 5 minutes or 4 minutes. 5 minutes, ka lucky, wabo. But 3 minutes, what seconds, you know? So what I'm planning on doing is I'm gonna do two scenes, right? You see how a movie or a story or a short film, we would see maybe different locations on one video. This is where we would want to maybe explore the other side, Yaga Tashniga, if maybe this will still be Tashniga and friends. Because what I wanted to do, the first concept that I had in mind was, with the world, Yatin Tsolo and Palesa coming together and keeping Tashniga on, YouTube, right? But now Tashnika is like my strong character in the moment. If I have a menu of, if I'm selling something on a menu, people would wanna buy Tashnika more than they would wanna buy Padesa or Tintuado, right? So I had to be like, okay, how about I bring hence how I introduced it now, right? Tintualo and Tashnika, the crossover. So if I move to YouTube, I would move to YouTube with, those two characters living in the same world. So now when I move to YouTube, I would want to get to a point whereby we see Tashnika's house, we see Tashnika's barko kwa Tashnika wa lawyer, ko Tashnika ho na le mokhukhu e leng hore ba phela bo kids. We would want to see mokhukhu oho. So that's how I would want to move to YouTube. Well, understand that. Again, if we want to shoot in two separate locations, because now I'm shooting more high, right? If we would wanna have Tashnika's house, it's money. We must get that house, we must get that place. It's a lot. So having, yeah, character growth, it is a lot. So this is why sometimes some ideas that I have in mind, I can't even execute, or whatever vision that I have in mind, it can't even come to light because I'm a very small brand, and it sucks when you are like small, but your vision is bigger, right? And remember what they say, step by step, because you can't skip 4 while you go 6. It must be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, then reach step number 6. So now, there's so much that I still need to do. I still need to grow on TikTok. On TikTok, I'm not that big. Well, I understand that. So I need to make sure that I grow firstly on TikTok, and then we can. And also, man, I think once I move to YouTube, this would be my final project as a skate maker, and I would want to do something different. Because remember now, also making people come and watch, guys, like I told you, the landscape has changed. It has changed, man. And business is business, right? As much as people will be like, hey, we would support you, thank you so much. But landscape has changed. The same thing as TV. Social media is swallowing the media bit by bit. No, Chimikuku, relax. Social media is swallowing. You must be calculative when you do something. Social media is swallowing the media bit by bit. Look what is happening to DSTV now, right? Look what is happening to SABC now. People no longer watch, or radios, right? With digital, people can watch whatever they want whenever they want. Well, I understand. Yeah. Man, this is you want to understand, being a content creator, guys, there's so much that happens internally. And okay, I'm gonna speak for myself, right? Or very content creation jail with like each and every content creator. You guys see, there we go. Back, network is sharp. So you guys watch the final product, Wabo. So also, man, let's be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I won't make skits forever. I won't make skits forever. I won't make skits like forever. And that's an honest truth. I won't make skits forever. Even like Letashnika. Like the Tashnika content. The Tashnika content. why. I'll tell you why. Even the Tashnika content that was meant to be winter content, right? Because one thing about me, what I like doing is that I like introducing new content to my audience. If you followed me for like the longest, you would know that you don't get the same thing when you come to my page, right? There was an era where I used to do randoms. Then I started introducing characters like Balesa. I had the video calls. I had that era. And then I had an era ya Tintswalo and her mom. I had an era, yeah, the Soshanguve police officer. I had an era. There was a nurse that I used to but that's part of the randoms, like I'm saying. There was that school content that I used to do. There was that school content that I used to do, and then now we have Tashnika, right? And right now I'm busy working on something different, something new, you know, another. That's who I am. I like giving my my audience something new, something fresh. And as an artist, this is art, right? For me, this is art. This is not just like fun, it's art, right? So as an artist, you want to protect your work, and you want your work to still retain that value and that standard, right? But what we are avoiding is, we don't want to do too much of Tashnika. This is why I'm very sensitive over because sometimes even campaigns, they would come and they would want Tashnika, but they don't know what they want Tashnika for. But they just want Tashnika because people love Tashnika. And no, guys. So we wouldn't want tomorrow for people to say Tashnika Tomoho Tlapelano, like the character is too much. I understand that. And then to me, like hona na go like o re tshele vele ngwe o re like the end, like the river. Personally, the river, Chumi. The river was epic. The river was golden. But, the creators of the show, they wanted to retain the standard, the value of the show. They wanted the river to still be the river, even when the river is it's not airing, because they didn't want what happened to the river, what happened to the queen to happen to the river. Remember, the queen was the queen. And then, and then it and look what happened to the queen in the end, right? So that's me, Litashniga Chomi. You understand that? That also, man, good things don't last, man. Everything, comes to an end. Dilo dia fela chum. I understand, dia fela. So even Tashniga now, it's Tashniga still a thing, but I would know, just like Palesa and the video calls. Nako ya hae ifitile, like, ifitile nako ya hae, like, chumi nako hae ifitile, like, ifitile nako ya Palesa. Aibo, ifitile shem, like, the video calls, they were epic, they were nice, they were fun. They opened so many doors for me. Yeah, man. With me, I did not invent video calls. I'm not the one who came with the video calls. Video calls were still there. I think the No Chill God was doing that, but with celebrities. But what I did, and this is a tip to a person who wants to be a content creator, don't steal other people's stuff. Lena le desa go utswa fetsa le re lena le re ke le edile something. There's doing something that is being done by a lot of people and doing it different, and then there's doing something that's being done by someone and doing it exactly the same way and thinking that you're doing it different, but you're not doing it different. Wow. Here's a tip as a content creator. It's okay when you do something that is being done by a lot of people. by a lot of people. Video calls. There were people who were doing video calls, but then what I did was I came into a field whereby there were so many of us doing the same thing, and I did that very same thing but did it different in my own way and in my own style, right? I was like, okay, let me have these girls, this, it will be centered around this Spitori vibes in it, infuse, the lingo, because the No Chill God was doing it but with celebrities, right? And I was like, how about I create my own characters, and then yeah, I understand. And then I did the working, the video calls, and I think I did it for like a year. I did the video calls for like a year, and then TikTok started having so many video calls. And again, as an artist or as a creative, you want to be different. You understand? But different, and it's normal. And then I was like, let me work on something different and something new. Mata batla ko parade. When? Month end. October 27. Is it that one? Go Jubege. No, Chomi. Oh no. I'm not coming. I'm not coming, Chomi. I have something on the day. Guys, I don't act like someone who has a deadline. I have a video that must be shot in but I'm taking my time. One thing about me, and I think when I take my time, I do the right thing. You understand? When I take my time, I do the right thing. So there's a video that I must shoot. Tantaki shoot. And after we shoot her, submit the bushiu. And I have to be in Joburg. Got to. And then come back more 5. And I'm even reluctant to go. One other thing is I live far, man. I live far, and I think the sooner I move, the better. The sooner I move, the better. What time do you usually post your content? Usually I post after, it depends. It depends what kind of content it is. Because I don't post, hey? Let's be honest, I don't post a lot. I don't post a lot. I post please. Yes, it's just a matter of time, man. It's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, but it should happen very soon. We spoke about it. It will happen. It's just a matter of time. When one is available, the other one is not. This one has this one has that. And Molohadi now is like very busy. Yo, I love it for Chimiaga. Finally. So she's shooting, I'm shooting. I understand. I'm in Pretoria, they're in Joburg. I'm in this, they are there. So yeah, it's just a matter of time, man. But it should happen. It should happen very soon. The day that they were shooting, I was not available. I had a funeral, so I couldn't shoot, I couldn't go. Well, it's just a matter of time. But it should happen. So means when we get together and shoot that whatever, we're gonna shoot like as much and or as many videos, because we hardly see each other, man. We see each other after like a very long time. Hey, hey. Like I said, the sooner I move, the better. Because work is in Joburg. Work is in Joburg. And also, we are growing. So, the change, lona ya nyakeha. Abo. Yeah, because Joburg, it's where it's at. Because this week alone, from Monday, I cancelled 4. I had a meeting. Yeah, I had a meeting. I lost an opportunity, and I had 2 events that I also had to. Yeah, can't now why I'm getting melody rose. Hagile live. I'm getting send the rose way. Why? Why? And I got Gaberi Ligi really mapundo. And I go to Mutan Cruiser. Let's snacks. Please explain why you're not following anyone that I mean. I've never ever since my TikTok has always been like this, Chomi. My TikTok has always been like this. Like ever since. And I got in influencers I take it, but hey, that's a story for another day. Me man, no weird vibes, honestly, no weird vibes. I'm just here for the content, man. We are here for the content, and we just watch. Yeah, we are here for the content, man. The content is there. That's the most important thing. And I treat my TikTok as a channel. Wabo. It's a channel where the only thing is content. And that's it. Thanks so much. I do post on Facebook. I do post, guys, on Facebook. I am available, and Facebook is huge. Facebook is huge. Facebook is huge. Facebook is huge. It is huge. Like, Facebook is big. Thanks. So guys, let me get going, ne? The skin is glowing. Chumi skin is like glowy. Ke filter TikTok. Ke filter TikTok, Chumi. I have a very bad skin. This is why sometimes I do the but ngwana dintang sa lebile re te BS Chumi le no. Or no ya gai. Darte porte king e amo. Varam bata. Chumi no ya gai. Guys, irkite prepare lang ho ya Joburg ne. I need to prepare to I need to get ready to go to Joburg. And then to Milanchi. And I wanna catch you getting Maragatamaya. Get Joburg. Actually, why is it funny like this guy? I'm lifty. Get ready with me, Tommy. I really was doing something, ne? Now, one thing about me is that I make skits. Well, understand? I make skits. Tommy, like aesthetic. The only thing aesthetic that you will see about me is how I dress or the clothes that I wear. Because I sometimes like dress like nice. Or when you see me in person out of character, out of TikTok, and when you see Atlegang. And mind you, when you see Atlegang, which is a little bit of a challenge, name. And I've noticed I'm different from my TikTok videos. And it's disappointing when people see me in person and they expect to see Tashnika or Palesa or Tintualo or characters or I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is something that I always say like over and over again. Um Guys, I am not like my skits. I'm telling you, when you see me in person, please, by all means, because I know myself, ne? You won't get Tashnika. And I feel bad, man, when sometimes people would expect to see Tashnika and they don't see that person or they don't see Tashnika. And one other thing that is challenging is people who would want to take videos, ne? And then their energy is that high, but my energy is not that high. Listen. And then the influencer dirang, but then I'm speaking for myself here, ne? Remember now my characters are fictional, right? They are fictional characters. They live in their own world. And when I step out of my house, I don't etwa as Tashnika. Ketwa as Atlegang, who is recognizable. But I know how to handle it though. The challenge comes when people be like, talk like Tashnika Rebone. I can't do that. You get me? Like I'm saying, Tashnika is fictional. She lives in her own world. And the only time I can impersonate Tashnika is when I'm in her clothes. Like this, Nje, I can't. I kabecha kizamile. People be like, walk like Tashnika. I cannot. I can't show me the only time where I can, especially like Tashnika. With Palis, I would compromise because it's how she talks, it's how she thinks. Um, People has never, well, Tintualo is not really that huge. But Tashnika is a challenge. Is that yeah, that's one challenging, like, the character is very, yeah, I don't know. But people, and I can see the look in their face and I'd be like, guys, I'm like, are you like this in person? I'm like this in person, honestly speaking. Like, I'm not like my skits or the problem ko mong and babang chumi like bona umong last chumi ko texting ebilan texting ay bona chumi umong ko restaurant guys na kung in a level lang like black like how guys like engwe kita ba re like approach you. This girl one time saw me outside of a restaurant ke le ka mo restauranteng ne so go restauranteng umpona a le ko ntele na khono mona ke le ka mahar ra bonana. Did she not scream ko ntle ke le ka ma restaurant? Did she not scream? Because her offered it, did she not come in and ask for a picture? I was shocked. Chimi like re go bathong. Re go bathong chimi like guy. Understand that? So where's my pen? I need my pen. I need to write something down. How do you deal with that? Chimi, okay, that's my life. There's nothing that I can do about it. You know? Do you like it when you get noticed in public? Chomi, here's one thing that I'm going to tell you, Nay. That's not for me to decide. Remember, I'm on this platform and I made people fall in love with me. All right? But that doesn't mean that I don't have to have boundaries. My one unwritten rule, I've got boundaries though. My one unwritten rule is that I don't take pictures more high. Because remember now I took my content outside and then people notice where I live. And then sometimes people would see me outside of my house. One unwritten rule. I do not take it's unwritten and I'm so sorry. Because I believe this is the only place where I get to be myself. Kimo ma. Yo, Ketla. That's one unwritten rule. This is the only place where I get to be myself. I understand that. I get to be mad, I get to be sad, I get to be frustrated, I get to feel how, whatever. Ne? So high unwritten rule. I don't take pictures. I do engage hi, hey, that's it. But pictures, no. That one, no. Ehu, it's a no. And it comes from a good heart. This is home. I believe when you are home, same way now how look hey no, o sa tse mmereko wa hao is the same way le nna cause ke mmereko akere. It's the same way na le nna mmereko wa ka o sang lateleng ko high, irregardless of me being well known or not. Ne, when I'm home, no. But when I step out, I also have boundaries. It's just having boundaries, man. And I'm glad that, I'm a very nice person myself. I'm a very nice person myself that I get snacks, if hosa khonahale a ho khonahale chomi. I understand. But there's nothing that I can do about it, man. I mean, like, I made people fall in love with me on this platform. Obviously, they're gonna see me in person, say hi, show me love and all that. But then this one time, this girl, camera taxi. Chomi camera taxi. Ha ga motse ke re le ke tshumi like taxi like ya ono o ka tshilanyana like wa didimala o ka se bolelle na from ko tropong chomi. And then man, that day I had a very rough day. I was shooting, I had a meeting. Yo ka mo ke submitile content ba decline ile chomi like wa understand that ke tsere ke tsaka ngwena la ka mara taxi chomi ho tla blood molo ho fitha transfer chomi a toloka chomi ene a sa didimale like chomi like ene o mpotsa ka dilo tse leng hore ka ditse agri content o ira ke nna chomi ira ke nna ene ka ditse chomi a toloka chomi ne ho tloha blue ka mara taxi ba di dimetse ma yo ke tla ke mo founung a o no nka dropa ke tla chomi girl from ko blue a toloka a funela di cousin hore bona ke na le mangi cousin ela enye go screen recording. This is why it's also hard for me to take a taxi now. I understand that. Because not in a bad way, there's nothing wrong with a taxi. I take a taxi whenever, if I have to take a taxi, I do take a taxi. But I think right now my profile or my public presence has grown, that there's certain places that I can't go, certain places that I cannot be. There's certain places that, just like go taxiing chomi, taxi ka wena chomi ke namela he ke le brogo ne chomi ke honey, yes. And I didn't have a problem with that. The problem that I had now was her calling like the chomi, which I don't have a problem with that also. The problem came now with when the friend wanted me to imitate what I do so that she can take a screen recording. Well, I understand that. So that she can take a screen recording. And then the lady was sitting in the front. Chumi abula WhatsApp are dumedisa ngwana ka voice note. Yo, Chumi somare since that day ka tle ho namela taxi. And no, I ke namela taxi chumi. How do you ka e wela? Taxi no chumi ka itsatsela holy bad like ku tlo beno mo share ka ne like tshantse ke namela taxi tshwanele ka tseno like ya Joburg ke na ke na tšhelete ko namela taxi so that I can catch a how train and then go to Joburg and then ke boe. Go weng ha go ba le chumi ya chumi ka works in Joburg. So on dropper halfway and then I request her halfway. So since that day, chomi like yo ka tloya ho namela taxi. ka tlhoyo namela taxi chomi ke ntse o mong a re ngwana ka ho rata couple mo sendele voice note yo chomi like yo it was hard like honestly man and I was like yo guys like you know like how so yeah man chomi but I used to vlog kamo taxing man like you wanna like man you know there's one thing about me I don't have pride like I'm saying taxi guy na but then now it has changed you know it has a lot of things did change it. I'm not who I was then um I'm not who I was like then I understand that now I'm like I said I'm recognizable you know um I have notability so yeah man I'm not just an ordinary person as I was anymore I understand which is understandable so what I do is I avoid going to certain places. I avoid going to certain places. I don't just show up. I don't just show up. Well, yeah. So, hey. Anyways, guys. I don't know where I put my diary. Show me like I'm saying why I avoid going to certain places. How was it like to adjust to the new you or current life? O robala Jubeke. Chumi go bua. A ke le robala Jubeke chumi go bua. Le hona ke selo re kae ke se ra piki mabosana ke se inahanisa ke bona ke sa ke lapile nna ga tswa ke na le mmereko montši. Piki mabosana chomi. What the fuck? Guys, I need to